at that view there, man. Look at that. Look at that. That's a great view, that, isn't it? Wow. Right over to its city. Lovely that. Lovely view. Cut down here. This is where I ended up coming out, innit? I remember coming down there, seeing that shop there. So, didn't even need to go all that way. I've got about 3.5 hours before I've got to get back to car. Now what I can do, I can get onto York Road, I think it is, and then cut through up to Chapel Allerton, and then that's where I'll end the video at the spoons there. Get a lovely cold pint. Nice little church, isn't it? Yeah, I think I cut down here, didn't I? And there's like an old, similar to that block of flats. It's like a weird abandoned set of houses, and they've all got like metal sheets over windows and doors. Weird. What I need, get to Chapel Allerton, have a nice cold pint, and then get back to the car. Yes, it is a nice walk from here up to, sort of go round Roundy Park, down into Chapel Allerton. And Chapel Allerton's nice, I really like Chapel Allerton. Yeah. Weird areas that you won't even think of as spoons, like Pudsey. It's in between Leeds and Bradford, but it's closer to Bradford. They've got little spoons there. You know, in these tiny little towns that there's not much there really, but you know what I mean? They always tend to have like spoons. It's weird. So whenever I go walking, if I can find a spoons, I'll always nip in, tick it off the list. I should be able to make it to Chapel Allerton and back to car in 3.5 hours. So as long as I get back to car before 2ish, we're alright. Another new set of shops there. They always tend to have these style of buildings on council estates with shops in them. They look exactly the same on every estate in Leeds you go to, whether it's round here or right over to sort of like Armley and Farsley. Cool cuts. You want a cool cut? Come to Cool Cuts for a cool cut, man. Never the boarding cut, just the cool cut. Only the coolest of cuts. Wild wings. Grills and desserts. Mad, isn't it? I've just done all that walk so far in what, about 2 hours? It's not bad. So I mean, I want to do it fairly quickly. I don't want like, you know, 5-6 hour bloody long videos, but about 5-6 parts. You know. think where you come out here, I think you can go right, and it goes round the sort of round the edge of the Roundy Park. I don't know if you can cut through Roundy Park to get to Chapel Allerton. You might be able to do that instead. I'd imagine it comes out in that area. But might as well just cut up road to the right towards Chapel Allerton. Finish the day with a deliciously cold pints. Yeah, I'm already this side anyway. Might as well just walk up there. Cheap enough. Right up there. God. Go on then. Should lose some weight walking up there. Yeah, Chapel Allerton's a funny area. I've seen like people who look like the students in that area. Like I remember seeing like a group 5-6 people, and they were too young enough not to be students. I thought, I can't get over it. Surely there's not students that live out here, man, this far. You know what I mean? Yeah, I thought, I always wondered when I was walking around Leeds, how far out from this city centre do students actually live? The furthest for like fish here that I found was like as far as the top, very, very top of Harehills, just past the Harehills Stadium on the main road, and then as far down as like Leeds Docks, like just next to Royal Armouries. So I thought, what about west and east? West, I think, is that accommodation I pointed out in Armley in the previous videos. I think that's as far that way. I think east is probably where I've already been today. But I went down where I said the art accommodation was. But in terms of second year, I'm sure students living at Chapel Allerton, because I've been through there a lot of times and I always see people, I think, have they graduated and they're just working in Leeds with the people that they lived in with, so they've got an house on the slight outskirts, so it's cheaper. For example, Chapel Allerton. Yeah, I saw a group of people that they were like 3 girls and 2 lads or something like that, and they were all walking into this terraced house. And I thought, is that where they live? I thought, there's no way they're students living all the way out here. Because if they are, it's like, there were no, there were like a bit of area where you can park your car outside the house, but apart from that, I can't see every single one of them having a car. So I don't know, are they not students and they've just got a house together in Chapel Allerton? Are they from that area? Are they actually students and they're in the second or third year and they live that far away from the city centre? It's like, God, if they live that far away from the city centre, my God, you've got a right walk back and forth from city centre to get to unis, haven't they? Unless they were all art students and, you know, they go to the art place, which is a lot closer, I don't know, but I don't know, it always fascinated me that. Actually, I know the furthest place. You've got Leeds Trinity University out in Horsforth. Leeds Trinity University all the way out in Horsforth, and I know some students live here. And I think, bloody hell, man. Luckily in Horsforth there's quite a lot of pubs and bars and stuff like that. But it must be a difficult experience that. You're living in, but you're all the way out in Horsforth. It's like, God, I can't imagine students that live in Horsforth go out in Leeds very often because it's just too expensive. You've either got to get a taxi or a bus all the way into the city centre. You know, Leeds is not cheap, and then all the way back it's like, bloody hell. So, yeah, it always fascinated me how far students lived out from the city centre. I mean, there's no correlation between the further you live away from the city centre of a university city and the sort of level of, you know, uni social life. You know what I mean? It always fascinated me because, like, half of me wanted to go back to uni to do my masters. Half of me wanted to live in and try and get that uni life, you know what I mean, that social life. And I'll be honest, I got it about 50%. Not in terms of like, not in terms of the people that I was living with, but friends that I'd made at the same accommodation, or mainly like societies, you know, going on socials, and that were good. I enjoyed that, but I think because I didn't fully get that experience, it always fascinated me whether other people did, and whether if they lived further away, did they also get that experience. You know, because I knew someone who lived at Leeds Docks, and I thought, bloody hell, all the way out there. Yeah, just always fascinated me. But that's what I realised living in. I quickly realised how 50-50 it is. Whether, you know, it's 50-50 whether you catch on a good group of people in your first year that you all get on with each other and you have similar interests and all that, and then you decide to get an house. It's totally 50-50, honestly, man. And it's funny, they never show that side, do they? They never show that side of university. I knew a lot of people, mate, at uni that didn't also get that full uni experience. You know, guy we're living with in first year, it didn't work out in the end, us getting a place, but he was saying in his first year, because when I went into my first year, he was starting his second year. So he'd already had a full year of it, and he was living in this accommodation right at the bottom end at sea. And I think it was where all, you know, music, art, alternative students went. And he said, apart from his girlfriend coming to visit him, he was literally by himself for a whole year. I thought, you poor sod. And honestly, it didn't work out for him again in second year. So honestly, it's just, you know, they sell university as this, like, you know, best time of your life. And honest to God, it's totally 50-50. It really is. I remember I was outside the student union at outside University of Leeds. I don't know why I was sat there, I don't know what it was, but I'll always remember this. A girl walked past and she was on a phone, she was talking to somebody, like a friend from home, but she was crying, visibly crying. I'll never forget what she said. She was only like 6 foot away when she was walking past, so I heard it. She said, after 3 years, I still feel like an outsider. And I felt so sorry for her, honest to God, I did. I felt really sorry for her. She said, after 3 years, I still feel like an outsider. I've made no friends. I thought, bloody hell, man. And at that time, I was looking for, I can't remember if I was looking for an extra person or looking for a group, and I just sort of went up to her and just asked her. I needed it for another full year. She only needed it for 6 months, so she didn't bother, but yeah, funny experiences, uni, I tell you. It's not always what it's cracked up to be. Yeah, it's not all what it cracked up to be at all. I thought, God, I've only been here a year, and I'm thinking like her. She's been here 3 years, and she's thinking like that. So she didn't have long left before she were finishing uni anyway. You know what I mean? Ooh. Food festival at the Roundhay Park. Saturday, Sunday, 8th and 9th of May. Moortown, that's the one. But yeah, so God, you've been here 2 years longer than me and it's still not worked out for you. Felt really sorry for her. That's why I asked her if she wanted to, get an house, because I thought I hate people. I hate seeing people alone. You know when you go to I don't know, a social gathering or fucking if you've been to uni, like a social with a society. It's always a bit awkward, isn't it? Going up to people that you don't know, talking to, and I always try and include people, mate, because we're not perfect, are we? And I've been in both situations. I've been that horrible, snobby, entitled prick, who, when I first started my undergraduate degree, I managed to make a group of mates straight away, but I used to turn my nose up at people who, were by themselves, who potentially wanted to join our group, you know what I mean? It's like that Peter Kay joke, innit? He's my doctor. They were like, no, these are my friends. I've been that arsehole. And I've also been in a situation where I've lost all those mates and I've been by myself. So I know how it feels to be on both sides. And that's why I would never ever do it again. I'd never ever exclude somebody. Ever. Big fucking dog. You know what I mean? That's why I learned my lesson. I'd never ever exclude anybody again. It's like that thing Emma Watson said, innit? Such an awful thing to do, to make someone feel uninvited, not welcome. Yeah, like she said, it's a horrible thing to do, is that. To make someone feel uninvited, or, they're not welcome, they're not good enough. They're not good enough to... they're not good enough to be in your circle. It's a horrible thing to do to somebody. That, like Emma Watson said, it's such an awful thing to do. It's a horrible thing to do. And I didn't directly, say, no, you're not joining our group, but you know what I mean? You get a vibe off someone, don't you? And I'd never ever do it again. Never. Never ever. Learned the lesson. So yeah, I met a few people that, it didn't work out for them at uni. a lad who were going to get a house with. He didn't have many mates, ended up getting kicked out of uni for not turning up. And there were another lass when I were in the photography society. I'm not kidding you, it must have been only a couple of months in to the first year of her, and she was like, I think I'm gonna drop out this year and then start again next year. I said, why? She said, because it's not worked out socially for me. The people I'm living with, it's not really worked out. I thought, God, oh mate, you've only been here 2 months. But that's the thing, because university is sold as this, like, you know, they always say it's the best time of your life, don't they? It's sold as this like fantastic experience, this fantastic time, and it really isn't. Honestly, it's totally 50-50 whether it works out for you. And I think there's too much like hype around going to uni, I think. You know, if it's what you want to do, if you want a degree, right, then do it. But I certainly won't bank on having this fantastic social life. I really won't. Because it's totally 50-50, like I said. Yeah. So, you know, if any young people are watching this and you're thinking about going to uni or you're preparing to go, just be mindful that, you know, just be mindful of why you know, how do I put it? Just be mindful of the real reason that you're actually going to uni for. Like, well, it's like a bonus, innit? It's just a bonus of going to university, that. You know, and if you're already at uni and you're in that situation where it's not working out for you socially with the people that you've moved in with, if you've not already, literally go on your student union website, right, and look at every single society they do, and I'd honestly pick about 4 or 5 that you like, go to them. Takes a bit of confidence, you know, put yourself out there, go up to people, talk to them, you know, get involved, and then you can sort of bottle them down to maybe 2 or 3 that you really like, you know what I mean? Because I joined loads when I first started. I joined album review, photography, boxing, dodgeball, and they were brilliant, you know what I mean? Because it keeps you busy. The worst thing you can do is move in, right? If you're moving a long way from home to university, the worst thing you can do is like not keep yourself busy because you'll hate it, honestly. Keep yourself busy, you know, because you will feel homesick. You will feel homesick, I tell you. And the best thing you can do is not be by yourself. Keep yourself busy and always be around people, you know, who are at uni, you know, because they have like the main thing, but they also have socials. Some of them might clash, but most of the time they're always on different days. You know, I remember being in about album review, photography, maybe not photography actually, album review, dodgeball, boxing, And, you know, I were doing something like practically every night. The main thing, so like dodgeball, training were on a Saturday, but their social night was on a Wednesday. Album review, the actual event was on a Thursday. I think they had their socials on a Tuesday. Boxing, I think, was on a Tuesday and a Thursday. And then their socials was on another day. So, you know, the more clubs you join, the busier you'll be, honestly. And you know, it kept me busy. You know, and I made friends with some of the people on some of the societies. As well, decorate your room. Go to poster sales, go to like different shops, buy lots of posters, bring things from home, little collectibles and trinkets and shit like that. You know, and just decorate your room, make it feel like it's your bedroom from home. That will honestly make you feel so much better and less homesick, you know what I mean? Long old road. Goes right from up there, right into Moor Allerton, and then you go from Moor Allerton down into a place, well, you go down into Chapel Allerton. And it's a really nice area. What trying to go as quick as I can so that I'll get back to car. £8.20 for 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 6 hours. £8.20 for 6 hours, man. It's unbelievable. So I reckon it's about 11 o'clock. So I've got about 3 hours. So I'll have to hurry up. I'll have to hurry up there. Get to Spoons as quick as I can. Have a nice quick cold pint. Then get back to go. He's walking as quick as me, that lad. He's a bit of a speedy Gonzalez. I won't be talking a bit more, but it's rather loud with all the traffic. Yeah. Well, I'm having success with this camera, this phone I mean. It's actually fucking charging up. I just stopped the video and started a new one. Check my phone, it's on 100%. It's actually charging up. It's not going down to about 50%. It's actually charging up, which is really good. Very good to come down here on the bike. Just bomb it down. Bomb it down. Might have been better off going through bloody round the park this way. Although I am looking forward to a delicious cold pint. Delicious cold pint today. Delicious cold pint tomorrow. Public footpath. Does that go down to Chapel 18? Shall I come down there? I don't know. I don't know where it goes. Never been down there. I don't know where it goes. I don't know where it goes. I don't know where the hell it goes. If I had a sign on it saying it's a Chapel Allerton and I follow it that way, I would cut through Randy Park, but I don't know if it actually leads to bloody Chapel Allerton or not. That's the thing. That's the thing. I don't want to, get in there and it's like don't go anywhere where I need to go and I end up being bloody late. Just go where I know. And then I'll get the insurance. Filming today. Hi, you alright there? Hi, how you doing? You alright? Hi. Alright. So it says Randy Park to the left, but I can't quite remember if you can get to Chapel Allen from Randy Park. That's what I'm saying, it doesn't say to Randy Park, does it? To Chapel Allen, that's the thing. It just says Randy Park. It's alright, I'll just go down here. I'll just go down here where I know. Then I won't be late, you know, because I don't want to get a fine, £100 fine, I can't afford that. I'm not making money from YouTube yet. But, it's not that far, just got to go up this hill and then left from Moor Allerton into Chapel Allerton. I'll take about, maybe take about like half an hour or something like that. Never actually been up there. Slade Hill, more like bloody Charling Hill. Round the Port Lane. Who's that kid is? I don't know if it's that guy over there, he's just, I don't know. I'll be careful, mate, because that lad's just gone right down there by himself. But, I think because it's hot, my bloody hands have swollen right up. They're like big juicy Cumberland sausages. But, throw another sausage on the barbecue. What do you mean, one of these? Yeah. Oh God, I need a pint. I need a piss. I need a pint. Piss pint. Pint of piss. This pint's like piss. Pissing, no, I need a pint. Oh, I need a pint. Oh, fucking hell! I wonder who the hell that was then. But Jesus Christ! They're what you call the bad boys of cycling. You wouldn't want to get on the bad side of them. They're the cool dudes. They're the bad boy bikers. And if you piss them off, they'll get you. Oh God. I need just that little crisp. I need the taste of that crisp pint. £3 for a pint of Cali, can't argue with that. Might get a packet of crisps.